What's up, everybody? It's your boy Mac over here again on Positivity Central. And this video topic is going to be about how to be the best version of yourself possible. Alright? So let's dive off into that video. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Mac. As you saw in the intro, this video is going to be about how to be the best version of yourself possible. And those can be summed up in 5 things. Alright? So those 5 things are spiritual, mental, emotional, physical, financial. Alright? So I'm not going to keep saying those 5 things over and over. I'm just going to cover those topics and you can just flow along as we go. Alright? But the first topic is going to be about spiritual. Because honestly, you guys, I feel like the spiritual is the first thing to go. Like, it's the first thing you should think about. Because honestly, changing my spiritual, like improving in that area, has changed me the most. Right? Like y'all can see back there, I have a cross on my wall. So you see I'm a religious person. And after I started really incorporating spiritualness into my life, that's when things started changing for me. Like my heart changed. Like my emotions were at peace. I had more of a peace of mind. So to me, that's the most important aspect. Because you put in first what deserves to be first, which is the good Lord above. You need to do that. Make sure that you're always putting God first at all times. And your life will be blessed. I mean, God loves you tremendously. And He will bless you tremendously as you honor Him. Alright? So that's what you need to do. You need to put God first. Give Him in his honor and praise. Live your life right. And then as you live your life right, you will be blessed with the same energy you're putting out. You putting out love and caring and giving and forgiveness, you are going to receive all that back. You're going to be loved and cared for and forgiven and cared about. You know what I mean? So make sure that you do that. Make sure that you're constantly doing those type of things. You reap what you sow. So constantly give out those things and you will constantly receive those things. All right? Like the rich people do. You know, let's go ahead and cross over into financial. In finances, usually you get the amount of money equal to the value you giving out to the people. Right? So if that's the case, not if, but it is the case, you need to be constantly giving out good value so you get good money back, right? So if that is the case, I keep saying if, but that is the case, don't all those things correlate together? You know what I mean? Like, if you have to give out good quality to receive good quality, which what you value, doesn't it make sense to do that in the spiritual realm as well? You know, reap what you sow. So you need to do that. Remember, since we're over in the financial aspect now, make sure whatever it is you're doing is high quality value content, whatever it is. If it's fitness, you know, make sure you're giving out custom workout plans to the individual. You know, hear their backstory. Things like that. If you're just a major business, like you offer a service, make sure it's a high quality service that people actually need. Because if they really need it, they'll pay for it. Or if it's a product, if you got a hot trendy product, people are going to buy it because that's what they want. They feel like they need it, so they're going to get it. Like, for example, you know how cell phones, they constantly update every single year. Or even now, the way that we're progressing, a couple months, people go buy that new phone even though their phone works perfectly fine. You know why? Because they feel like they need to be up on the trend. They feel like they need that phone. And so they go buy it. You know, that's all it is. It's a gimmick. They probably have all this technology in a lab somewhere, but because people don't, just to keep their money and their revenue flowing, they're going to release you bits and pieces at a time. That way you can have they can constantly make more money off you feeling like you need that new update that they already had in the lab maybe 3 years ago, but you just now getting it. So you see what I mean? Keep a cycle going. That's all you gotta do. A high quality value for a high quality value in return. All right. Let's go from financial. Since I brought up fitness a moment ago, we're gonna go into fitness, physical health. All right. So if you guys don't know anything about physical health, I'm gonna give you a little bit of a lesson what I've learned here recently that I didn't know. Apparently, too many carbs can cause belly fat, or just fat in general. So what I've learned is now I understand why all these people that work out a lot, all these people that, they are Instagram models and just models in general, just really fit people, they hardly eat carbs. And I understand why. Unless they're about to train really hard for a long period of time, they need all that extra energy for endurance, they're not going to eat too many carbs because carbs equal fat if you don't use it up. So if you live a more of a sedentary lifestyle, just chilling, you don't need carbs. Like, you really don't. Unless you train in like 5 to 6 hours a day and super active, you don't need that many carbs at all. So for me, I'm more of a sedentary person. I work out 2 hours a day. I try to get in 2 hours a day of working out. And what I'll do is I'll do Insanity or Mike Rashid's workout on YouTube, or I'll just get my steps in. I'll go walking or something. But what it is, I'm not active hardly the rest of the day. I'm on my computer or playing a game or doing this YouTube stuff I'm doing right now or something, or I'm reading. So I'm not super active as a person. So therefore, I don't need all these extra carbs. So I'm not going to eat all those. That's what I've learned here recently. So now my diet has changed to where I'm only going to get 80 to 100 grams of carbs a day. Because everything you eat has carbs in it. So you're going to get some carbs regardless. Unless you're eating something just so has no carbs in it whatsoever. That'd probably be like aesthetic food, like protein shakes, stuff like that. Then you may avoid carbs. But then it's just kind of like you want some solid food too. But not to get off on like a random tangent or anything. But that's basically the main thing. High protein diet, low carb. If you're going to do the keto diet, go high fat and moderate protein, low carb. It just depends on you, what your style of living is. But basically that's what you want to do, because 80% of the journey is the diet, honestly. People say it's working out. No, working out is 20%, and the other 80% is the diet. So you need to focus on the diet. That's the main thing. And it takes 35 days for your body to absorb the cells from the food and readjust and transform. That's something else I learned. I didn't know it took 35 days. So that's why people say you may not notice a real difference until a month later, because that consistency of how you ate the previous month is going to show in the next month. So if you want to have a good body, you need to eat really clean, probably for 3 months straight, and work out really good. And then those 3 months later, the results of your training and your dieting is going to pay off, and you're going to see the results. But it's hard to do when you don't have a really disciplined lifestyle like that, to go from just eating whatever, whenever, to eating really clean for 3 months straight. But it would pay off. It really would. 3 months of super clean eating. Let's say you went on almost a vegetarian diet for 3 months and just drank water the other times. And if you want to gain a whole lot of muscle, you could eat all that protein. But if you just try to lose fat, just lose fat, whatever, lose everything, just straight vegetable diet. But even vegetables have protein in them, so you could still do that as well. So 80% diet, 20% working out. Get a really good diet plan, work out, get your muscles, keep muscle mass as much as possible, because that's your metabolism, and you'll be set. Drink plenty of water, because we're made up of mostly water. We're like 70% water, so drink tons of water. Alright? That's my physical aspect. From physical, we're going to go into mental and emotional. I'm going to combine those two together because they go hand in hand. Emotions equal motion. If you feel a certain type of way about anything, you're going to go do something, right? So if let's say you feel anger, if you don't have control of that anger, you're going to go do something out of anger, right? You're going to throw something, you're going to yell, you're going to scream. If you feel loved, You're going to usually do something loving, right? You're going to hug someone, you're going to kiss someone, right? So you can see if you're sad, you're going to cry. You're going to release those emotions. So I say mental and emotional go hand in hand, because how you think about things is going to transform into how you feel about things. So how you feel is going to go back, though, to how you think, because how you feel is going to go according to your actions, and then it's going to go to how you think. So those two really go hand in hand together. So my advice on those two things are, make sure that you are thinking logically about things. Focus on what you can control. Because that one thing right there, focusing on what you can control, will fix a lot of your issues. Because a lot of people focus on things they have no control over. Let's say you're a guy and you wanted to get this girl, right? You ain't going to get that girl if she don't want to be with you. It's just that plain and simple, right? So focus on what you can control. You can't control another person's decisions and actions, so focus on what you can control. Just become a better looking person. Become a wealthier person. Become a more spiritual person. Focus on what the things you can actually do with your own influence, your own actions, right? I can't control what Sally does, but I can control what I do. If I want to just go focus on something that I can control, why don't I go and improve my wisdom, my knowledge? Why don't I improve my physical fitness? Why don't I improve my finances? Why don't I improve my relationship with God? These are all things you can control, so those are things you should focus on. Now, if you want this person, go talk to them, see what they say, but it'd be their own consent. Now it's out of your control, and now it's in their hands. Unless that person comes to you, then it's in your control again, because they came to you, right? So just always remember those things, those 5 aspects that I mentioned in this video. So make sure you do that, you guys. Make sure you take your life seriously. Make sure that you only have this one life to live, so you might as well do your best. I'm going to link a video called YOLO that I made, which is true, because you only have one life to live. So you got to do the best you can with it, right? I think I live my life pretty well. So other people may disagree that I don't do enough, or that I'm not, living my life to the fullest, but I'm content with the life I'm living currently. I'm gaining knowledge every day. I read my Bible. I work out every day. I'm learning more and more about fitness and dieting, so my body's getting in better shape. So I'm happy with myself currently, So I have no complaints. But I mean, if I gained, let's say I won the lottery, I'd travel the world in a heartbeat, though, because that's one of my dreams. And then people may say, well, why don't you fight for those dreams? They will come in due time. That's another major aspect to those 5 things. You need patience. Because patience, time is not controlled by nobody. If it takes time for something to happen, it's what it's going to take. Again, referencing to the fitness thing I mentioned earlier, it takes 35 days to notice a really significant difference. That's patience right there. You got to have patience to know that it's going to take 35 days to see a result. You can't rush that 35 days. You can't make it come faster. Now, you can sleep the whole time, I guess, but then you're not going to be doing the work you need to do. So that's the whole point, you guys. You got to have patience in this game. Patience, self-control, self-discipline will get you a long way. They really will. But I'm not going to make this video too long, you guys. I just want to get on here and make this video. I've made it a version of this before, but I want to just go in depth on what I think those 5 major aspects are and how you can improve your life. Alright? But that's it for this video. I hope y'all liked it. I hope you enjoyed it. And I will see y'all in the next video. Oh, also, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you're new. And I love you guys, and y'all be blessed. Alright? Peace.